Hello. Are we on?
We're on.
Is this thing working?
Hello.
The reason that I've got a handheld rat today is because we are live at the track.
We are. And as you can see, this is the Knox off-road radio control track.
Yes.
And this is Vintage Bash number 2.
It is. It certainly is. Could somebody please, maybe that young fella there with the hairless guy, can you just turn that speaker around for me, please?
Turn it around like that.
Yeah, just turn it 180, the PA. Fantastic. Sorry, that speaker's right. I did turn it around. Somebody pushed it back.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Hello, Ashley. Everybody's coming up. So,
He's in.
He's in. All right.
What do you got there?
Thank you, sir. Just bear with us for 3 minutes. There was somebody ahead of you, if that's all right. Wow, everybody's so keen to come on, Beach.
They are. Now, how about we say hello to...
There's old cars everywhere. So
We've got
welcome,
guests
everybody. Who's watching us today?
So Craig Jones is on. Hello,
Hey,
Craig.
Jones. Hey,
Dave's
Craig.
on. The Wombat is on.
Welcome, Wombat. I hope you are watching it from home. And no, there's been no show bags yet.
No,
No
not as yet.
sign. But I did eat your sausage. The Hungarian Krinsky.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, that he did. Now what's it on? Oh, Mr. Jeff is on.
Jeffy's
Jeff
on.
Lee is on.
That is
Mr.
fantastic.
Tony P, hello.
Tony P.
All right, so there's so much
there's
going
probably
on.
nobody else watching because they're all here. We've got Retro Rob's here.
Yes,
We've got Anthony Miller here. All
Yes.
these regular guests. They're actually here at the track. They've come from interstate to be here at the Vintage Bash 2.0.
that's right. And there's a real buzz. Now, this is Friday,
It is Friday.
and Friday is a working day.
I'm working.
Yeah, we're working. But it's amazing how you can see we've got the vista here. You can see all the cars on the track at the moment. Everyone is out there. This is only practice, isn't it?
How good is it?
It's awesome. And the track is awesome.
It'd be really good if we had a cordless camera that we could spin around and do that, you know?
Well, I could
Luckily,
sort
we've
of
got
spin
our
that around
AV
later.
man here, but he's in the background.
Yes, that's
Plugging
right.
in. Damien Dixon.
That's
Hey,
it.
look, he's hooking up a charger of some sort.
Is he?
Yeah, power supply.
Now, what's this thing here?
This thing,
Yeah,
it's a flag.
isn't it?
It's a flag.
And why is that flag here?
It shouldn't be. It's a. Can we talk about it?
Of course we can.
That's Metro Hobbies,
It is.
isn't it?
It is.
And not only have I stolen their car, I've got one of the staff members here.
There we go.
Matteo.
Matteo.
Matteo. How do you like people to say it?
Oh, just Matteo.
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 Welcome,
Welcome.
Matteo, and welcome to the Bash. And thank you for taking the time out of your day to coming on the Hearns Live. This is episode 180. And not only are you here at the Vintage Bash, you're also a committee member of this club. Is that right, Knox?
Correct, yes.
And how long have you been racing here for?
I think I started back in 96, 97.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I quit for a little bit, and then I've come back. I just enjoy it. It's fantastic.
It's good fun, isn't it?
Oh, you keep up with your mates, and you just have a lot of fun.
Absolutely, you do. And you are, so I didn't actually steal the car. This is your car.
Correct.
This is what you're running. Tell me a bit about it.
Oh, this is the Tamir Wild one, the Blockhead edition,
Yeah.
re-release.
Let's have a look for the top camera, I reckon.
Yeah, it's stock out of the box. I'm running a 21-turn Core RC brush motor
Yes.
and a 1060 speed
Yes.
with a shorty pack lipo.
Oh, a bit of lightweight lipo in there, huh?
It's a little lightweight, yeah, but it's stock out of the box.
And how's it going?
It's a little bumpy.
Yep.
A little bit of a challenge to drive, but I love it. I love it. Always love a challenge. Always.
I think it's going to be a worthy adversary to the Frog.
It certainly is.
Hey?
Yeah, I haven't driven the Frog on here yet, but I will eventually.
We'll have to give you a spin after. Where is it? I've lost it.
You do have one?
Oh, it's down there.
Oh, yeah.
There's me, Frog.
I'm going to have a drive of that for sure.
Yeah, we'll have to
It's
go
in good
head to head.
condition, isn't it?
It's
It's
brand
so-
new.
it's so clean.
I haven't driven it yet, so.
Oh, you haven't driven it yet?
No, well, I've driven it today, but
Yeah.
it's the only day I've driven it.
It's maiden voyage.
Main body.
And how long have you been racing RC for, like, in total? Off and on, of course.
Look, I started in 92, 93.
Yeah.
For a while. But really heavily, I got into 8-scale nitro at Lidl.
8-scale nitro pan car over at Leatherdale.
Yeah, and I did it for 25, 26 years.
Yep.
And I've gone back now to do it again.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That's a good way to spend some money.
It is. Yeah, well, you can nearly pay off a house with the money I've spent.
For sure,
Yeah.
sure. So this wild one here, last year we actually run one, Surian sent us one over, didn't he?
It did. We drove it around.
We
around
drove it
Kilo.
around and we didn't compete with it, but we did do some parade lap, didn't we?
We did.
We did some bits and pieces.
Yeah, and it ended up in one piece.
Oh, it's a great car. I love it. Yeah.
And it was a good build.
Yes,
I've heard they're a good build from people that have built them.
they are. They come together really nicely.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah.
Mine sort of looks like this.
Your one looks like it's got a tub chassis with some stickers.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So with the blockhead one, the regular one doesn't have the open cutouts here, does it? Or does it?
No, it does.
It's sealed, isn't it?
No, it
Oh,
does.
does it?
Yeah, it's got the
Oh,
cutout.
okay.
You haven't opened that parts bag in the box yet.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Well, these come out pre-painted as well, so you don't need to paint them.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
had your stickers and
Yes. Yes.
and pre-cut as well.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
which
cool.
is great. It's
Fantastic. So this will be running in the Jurassic class.
In the Jurassic class, yep.
Have you got a transponder in there?
No,
No.
I'm only here to have fun. Just enjoy it, help people around the track.
Yeah.
It's just all about having fun.
Isn't it?
Get together, meet up with your friends.
And it's a great event.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic, Mario. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for taking time out of your day. Have a lovely weekend.
Thank you.
And yeah, thanks for coming on the show.
It's going to be
Thank you,
awesome, I
mate.
reckon.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty.
Thank you very
Right.
much.
Thanks,
you.
Matty.
All right. That
Thanks,
is
guys.
fantastic.
See you, guys.
Wild one. Wow. Maybe next year yours will be ready.
Next year? What do you mean?
The
No,
wild
no,
one.
no. The one I'm building is not going to go on the track. It's not going on the track.
I
Not at all.
don't think it's ever going to be fit for the track.
No,
Ah.
no.
Where's our next victim? Where's our next participant? Sorry.
Oh, Bill's here.
Bill.
Yeah. He'll be here in a moment.
Yep.
So we'll just say hello to Just Scotty. So Just Scotty's viewing from the US.
Oh, the US.
Mm.
Fantastic, mate.
Where is he?
Probably
From
a
Western
much better
Washington.
time zone. From Washington.
Mm.
Do they even have off-road tracks like this in Washington?
Why wouldn't they?
I don't know, because there's not very many, I don't think, in the world of outdoor tracks like
Oh,
this.
you mean outdoor?
Outdoor with this sort of
yeah.
loose surface,
I don't know.
bumpy.
Maybe someone could tell us.
Because this is like, I suppose for us Australians, this is what off-road racing has been like since the 90s.
Well, that's right.
And it
This is
hasn't
what
evolved.
most people have memories of, isn't it?
So this has got grass outfield or grass infield. It's got the clay track. All right, I can see Ashley hovering around over there. Let's
Oh, there
get
he
him
is. Yes. Come in, Ashley.
Ashley,
Welcome.
Ashley Coble.
How are you?
Hello.
Good to see you again.
Wow, have a look at this. Some gifts. What have we got here, mate? What are we looking at?
They are 1987 original decals from Hearns Hobbies.
Original.
Original. I got Jason on there. And Jason is racing on our table today.
Yep.
Right.
He was the team driver, plus the other guys there, obviously.
Rob Bishop and his son Andy still races.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And there he is, Andy Bishop. So yeah,
Yep. A friend of mine, Colin, used to work at Hearns for 20, 30 years. I worked at Hearns from 89 or 1990 to like 95.
So you worked at Hearns Hobbies for 5 years.
Yeah, when I was young.
It's all been downhill since you left.
Everything, yes. Saturday job, paid more than my first job for about the first 5 years.
Yeah. And did it feed your addiction of RC,
Yes, of
or
course.
did it just enable you?
It paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely enabled it to happen.
Yeah.
So you did have a few years off racing.
Yeah, I took up mountain biking for 30 years, and then I came back last year.
Yep.
So it's been a
And
little while
if you've
away.
been back for a year, like what, you've got one car, maybe two.
Yeah, so we got about 7.
7.
So we got the
What do you got there?
I've set young Ashley up there. So let's talk us through this one right here.
number one.
What is it?
That's what we call in the business a cookie car.
It's a cookie car.
Yeah, so it's a 1991
Oh, this is his newest model. This is a Detroit replica.
with I managed to get some original shocks on the internet. It's all 3D printed.
Pretty clean, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fiberglass, but I've got some carbon ones as well.
Thanks, mate.
Mine the Velcro. Oh. It's all
Oh.
except
wow.
I don't do Futaba. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Got some
How nice
fast
is it?
weights in there, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I had to put 80 grams to get up to weight for the Orca, the Shield.
Yep.
The Shield race. So it weighs about.
Were they
14.
weighing vintage cars at the Shield?
Yeah. So we asked them to be generous and use 1450.
Yep.
1500 is a lot of weight. So it's already 80 grams on weight plus a big battery. Orca Speedy.
Oh, that's got the Orca totem.
Yeah, totem. No, you don't need a capacitor. It can run 7 volt
Oh,
to
bit
your
closer, yeah.
servo.
Yep.
So no, it's perfect.
There we go.
Yeah, we're just having a look here.
Yeah, close up.
Got our camera. There's the Orca
Yeah.
totem. We can see right in here.
Yep.
You've got your shorty battery.
But because we're at the bash, I had to put a reedy in it.
A reedy.
Oh, where are we?
A reedy over. There we
There
go.
you go. Got a bit of direction there.
This got a, it's got a lot more travel than the World's car. DJ,
Is this the 89
Which one?
car you're referring to?
There. This is the no.
What do you mean the world's car?
This one I prepared earlier.
So when they talk about this world's car, this is like the world's before this?
This is what they call the
Go on the front one,
World's
Beach.
car. But they released this after 89 and 91, but it was nothing like what they used in the 89 or the 91.
Right.
But I think it's the one that was similar to the one they used in 95, which is back to the old school RC10 stealth gearbox, normal suspension arms,
Right.
front and rear.
Yep.
This one has got this one was expensive because it was a re-release in 2000.
Oh, so that's a genuine AE re-release.
Yeah, that bit is.
Yep.
And the chassis is from Berserk in Melbourne.
Ah,
Is that to avoid scratching the standard one, or you wore the standard one out?
Mainly because I started racing in '88 with the graphite. Yep. So and then Paul released these.
oh,
So-
because the world's ones came with the aluminium chassis, the tubs.
A black aluminium tub.
Ah, okay. Yep.
Yeah, which is nicer because it keeps the mud out and stuff. So you can actually buy a polycarb tub.
Yeah.
It fits the tub,
Okay.
but it also fits that.
Right.
And that is doing a 30 and a half,
Yep. And what's the cookie car doing?
about 30 and a half. Strange, isn't it?
Is it?
I mean, same driver, same tyres. This one's probably faster because it's got Hearns tyres on it.
It's got, it's got an Orca motor in there, I think, as well.
Sweet.
Oh, okay.
Which, what are they called?
The square armors.
Square armors. They do all right.
They wear really well, don't they? The square
Yeah,
armors.
this is forever. I mean, it's 6 race meets or something.
Yeah.
And when it's clayey, it doesn't clag up as much as the small ones, which are together.
Yeah.
But no, there's not much difference in the two cars. But this one's a little bit more modern.
Can
So
you feel the difference when you're driving?
I'd
this
say
one's more
not.
dead because it's too long. It's got a lot of travel at the front.
Right.
So everything seems to be a bit slower because
Ah.
you can move a lot before anything starts to happen.
Right.
Whereas this one
This is more reactive.
beautifully consistent to drive,
Right.
but then if you get a bump, you'll just roll. Whereas this one has so much travel, you can get away with
So
a lot more
The
mistakes.
front shocks are the same length as the rear shocks?
They are slightly a different body length.
Right.
So, for example, these are just being re-released by a guy in China,
Right.
$32, but they're a different length to this. So the shock body is actually shorter.
Oh, okay.
You
Right.
can manipulate them with spaces to get to run the same shock front and back.
Right.
But realistically, that part is shorter, so it
Right,
goes
okay.
higher. But the travel is less.
There you go.
Trucks. They're trucks.
Oh, okay.
What else have we got?
What's that?
What's this one?
Oh.
Oh,
This is a highly modified Optima Mid from Hearns.
so this one did start life as a Optima Mid.
Yep, re Optima Mid. And then Wednesday
It
night,
looks very carbon.
it's a lot of carbon. Wednesday night, I
That's a lot
decided
of carbon.
I didn't like the Optima Mid body, so I put the Optima Pro body on, which is more Worlds related because they mid mounted an Optima Pro and put a Pro body on it. So I like it because it looks
Oh,
cool. And it's 17.5 in this class, whereas the others are all 21 and a half.
Oh.
And it's really, really fast.
Is it the standard wheelbase, or have you altered
Yes,
it?
I didn't want to get the longer belt, so I didn't go the long wheelbase. But you can buy the chassis in a long wheelbase.
Yes.
I've also got an Ultima here in a long wheelbase because it's two-wheel drive. You don't have to worry about the belt.
Yes.
But the body doesn't fit anymore, so now it looks like an RC10.
Fancy that.
This I've never driven a four-wheel drive until today.
And what do
Oh,
you
really?
think of it? I suppose you could just hold it pinned the whole way.
Yeah, but
They're cool,
it's
yeah?
so short.
oh.
I don't know if you can, wherever we are.
You don't like the
Okay.
shortness.
It's so short and stubby and fast. 17.5 is really fast.
Does it do wheelies?
That doesn't bud.
Does this?
But my friend,
This does wheelies.
But my friend,
this one,
did you deliberately do the pink, or has something gone wrong?
something went wrong.
Because it's a lovely tone of pink, but none of your other bodies have it.
It should be white, and I don't understand why it's pink because I would have done the white last. But somehow I managed to get some of the pink from the fluoro on, and it went through the white. Maybe because I did that part last. I don't know, but it's very specific. Just like this one has this beautiful fade here.
Yes.
That was a mistake, and now I've had to reproduce the mistake on all my cars.
Oh,
The best thing that happened.
it's become a signature.
Yeah, but they're all fluoro. They're easy to see.
The Cobalt fade.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at here? This is a stadium truck.
This began life as an RC10T,
Yes.
new in box, built but new in box from Perth, Adam in Perth.
Okay, okay.
It was a white plastic car, and it's got a cliff-let moon body, you know, the black and white polka dots. And
Okay, yep,
stripes
yep.
and all that. But I couldn't bear to drive it. And Paul, again from Berserk, decided to make another chassis.
Well, he just does things at will, doesn't he?
He does.
It's not like you get a choice in it.
He does. And he does all these little extra things. So that's his wide chassis. Again, all Orca, but I went all out on this one because I normally run it in normal class.
Oh, yeah, so you can
I
run
normally
boost.
Run a 13 or a 10.
Yep.
But today we're running 17.5
In truck,
truck, and the shocks are real shock,
modern shocks.
modern shocks, because the old ones are on my other car.
Yep.
On one of the other car. I put this new servo.
Yep.
Maybe people are not interested, but it's a Savic Monster. It's
Yep.
a monster.
Is it
a monster?
It's tiny,
Yeah,
but it's got over 30 kilos.
it'll break your finger.
Really?
Metal Gear 30 kilo up to 8.4 volt. So I run it at 7 for the truck tires.
Yep.
And I had no weight on the front. The front wouldn't even compress. Well, it still doesn't.
Yep.
So I put lead on there and lead on there that I bought this morning.
And how's it going?
It just
Wheel stands.
wheel stand steady, and it's so short.
Short?
I think I've changed the rear tire. But yeah, it's all good fun.
It's all in good fun?
Yeah, that's Sunday. So Sunday we'll race the stadium trucks with the four-wheel drives,
Yes.
which will be the Optima midday and stadium with
What do you
one
think?
race in between. Nice. Which will be busy.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. Well, that is
This is
fantastic, Ash.
Ash's car.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking time out of your day. So you're running all these cars.
That's right.
Yeah, I've also got an Optima chain drive. But my mate Pete Denisenko from the 80s has come back for his debut race.
How's he going?
He's good. He's doing a 32 second lap already with the chain drive, and it's good. It's good.
Does it have the chain fitted still, or have you got the belt?
Because you can do both.
Yes.
But I thought I've already got a belt, so I made a chain. So it's fully reached, no wing.
No wing?
Everything original except for the wheels and tires. I put modern tires for today.
Yeah. So that's
This
like
is
young.
pretty beefy carbon on this, isn't it? That's not
Yeah.
usual thickness, is it?
No,
This is modern thickness.
it's very thick. This one's thick too, but it started to bend, so I put little arms on it at the back.
Oh, it doesn't have a top deck on that.
No, it's all right. But
What's that? It's got to be like 3.5 to 4 mil, isn't it?
Yeah, but,
Wow.
yeah. But they're about the same. And double deck. Same
Yeah.
with the 91 double deck. Very
Yep.
stiff.
So you're not using an under tray on that Optima?
Yeah, it's not moving at all.
No, it wouldn't fit. No.
Just a bit of. It looks like a bit of contact on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, I got it from my mountain bike.
Oh, really? You use it on mountain bikes?
Self-healing, but it's not healing so well.
That's called paint, mate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I may have gone over a couple of bumps. I do have an under tray, and I do have an original body that match, but it doesn't match the Optima Pro, so I just taped it up. But they're not expensive.
They're not
How do you buy
expensive
this stuff?
day and age,
It's
are
coming
they?
in a roll.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You can get a piece of it, or you can get one made for your bike
Right.
specifically. So I just had a lot left over, so I did that one.
Yep.
I did this one with a B6. Just
Pretty
for
smooth,
some
isn't it?
quick protection. And I've done the other cars with it as well yesterday morning.
I was thinking about taking this home.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. BJ's in love. He's in
Yeah.
love with your Optima.
I got 2 bold ifs coming, but they didn't come in time.
I like things that are really stiff.
That's
But I like this
awkward.
too.
On that note, there's Cookie.
There's Cookie.
Talk about Steve.
How do I follow that?
Talking of,
No, look, this is a fair collection. You've done well, Ash.
Yeah, it's all good. You'll love it.
he hasn't stopped yet. So what's the next thing coming, Ash?
Well, I want the Yokomo.
Oh, the 870C 2023.
That was Pete's second car. So Pete's original car that he raced was an Optima. So
Yes.
he's got the Optima today, but he used to race the Yokomo like everyone else. It'd be nice to get one of those. You could probably buy one in pieces nowadays from all the re stuff,
Yeah.
but this is going to have better stuff. I think
Isn't it?
better gearboxes and better bits.
Yeah, well, the Riri is going to be it's going to be designed to be used in
Doing
the
it
modern
right
era. So really looking forward to that coming.
I'll show you that, Ash.
Loose steering post.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not fair, is it, to do everything work?
Oh, is that the reason?
That's fantastic.
That's cool. Oh, that's really good.
All right, guys, I'll hand over to.
Thank you very much, Ash. Who have we got in the comments there, Beach?
Comments?
What have we got on?
Let's see.
Who's queued up to come on next?
Well, we got a cookie, and we got.
How about we get
I'm gonna
another?
keep this one.
Are you going for a run or are you coming on? Do
Yes, both.
you want to come on first or do you want to have a run first? Here he comes. Hello indeed. Andrew Cook, welcome in.
Oh, what's that?
Hello.
That's going to do your... Are you taking it to the Worlds?
I'm sending it to America.
Are you?
Yeah.
How much fun is that?
Going to go have a chat with Curtis Husting, hopefully.
Yep.
And yeah, do some photos with the originals of these things. And
Wow.
get
Wow.
some, yeah,
So
get some
Cookie
chat
here, I mean, we've all seen him before, but he is the inventor of the recreation.
to the inventor of not inventing a car that used to exist.
Well, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So recreating the replicas of the stealth cars from the 89
89.
and 91 now. Which
And
is
this one here you've got is a 91.
Yep, that's the 91. So
So you love it more.
it handles a little bit better.
Yeah.
Similar, but definitely a little bit better. Yeah.
Just a little bit more supple. That's what young Ashley was saying with his one.
Yeah, a bit easier to drive, carries the corner speed a bit better. Yeah.
What's the go with these front wheel hubs, axles thingies?
What's the go? I had them.
Was that standard of the time, was it? I've not seen these.
Well, that's to use the Yokomo wheels, right? To use the low profile tires.
Well, the 2.2-inch rears was the big thing at the 89 Worlds.
Yes.
The
And what
fronts,
about
I don't think you actually use these fronts.
Ah.
I just had them
You just have them.
as a set, so I put them on.
Well, that's really cool because I've never seen a front wheel drive with a hub,
Yeah,
a
it's
two wheel
like-
drive with
yeah.
a hub like that.
It's like the four-wheel drive version.
Yeah, but you had it made narrower.
narrower. Yep. Yeah, so these are all from JC Racing, and he made these sort of replica Yoki styles in the wider 26 mil, I think it is.
Commonly referred to as the cookie wheel.
Yes, that's it.
Because Masami
I
would
asked
use
him to
those,
do
wouldn't he?
Masami.
Masami would have used Yokomo wheels on all
We
these
don't worry
cars.
about. We worry about the cookie. Don't worry
Oh,
about
sorry.
Masami.
Yeah.
Masami doesn't even use a Masami body anymore. He uses a cookie body.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
So tell us about your car
Tell you about it, the car. So
and the Vintage Bash. You're one of
Vintage
the
Bash is
organisers.
probably-
You're one of the main men of the Vintage Bash.
well, I've been helping out where I can.
Picking up some slack,
yeah.
helping it get done.
Mr. Lou has been doing a massive amount of work,
Yes.
of course.
And Defina in the background as well has
In the
been
background, and then so I've just been trying to help out Lou where I can.
Yeah.
Doing a few bits and pieces.
Pull it all
some
together.
logistics, Yeah.
And how do you think the Vintage Bash 2.0 is going?
I think it's going looking amazing so far. So it's just the Friday practice. Driver stands full pretty much the whole morning.
Yes.
There's I don't know how many people, but a lot. We've got all the gazebo set up and lines of vintage cars.
I'm not looking forward to packing up tonight.
Oh, we just leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just leave it. Just lock the door
Leave
and
for
go
next
home.
year.
We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah.
That is fantastic. So do you want to take the lid off? Do you want to pop the show us what's under the hood?
Under the hood. Yep. So I've got this beautiful Masami body, which Todd George painted.
Of Looney Fumes.
Looney Fumes.
He would have been loony after doing
He would
35 of these for you.
Painted at least about 30 last batch. That's all paint. So no stickers on it yet. I need to put stickers on it, but
You've dropped the ball there.
that's all paint I have. I should have done it last night, but I didn't.
So the body, is that the same as the other body? Looks different.
It looks a lot better because the other one I painted crap.
Oh, but the body itself is the same,
But
yeah?
it's the same. Yep.
Right, okay. Oh, look at this.
Yeah. There's the car. Where's the camera?
Oh, over here.
Over here?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, there it is.
all the mud puns. So yeah, so this is the 91 replica. The rear end's quite similar to the 89. The front end's quite different. So we've got the forward swept arms.
Yep.
We've got the very sort of high front ride height clearance. With
Yeah, because it's mounted in the
yeah.
center of the upright.
hinge pin down through the middle of the upright. Yep.
Yep.
Which was pretty unusual for back then. Bit more common now, but maybe not that extreme. And yeah, the good old chocks sort of mounted behind the tower, which was quite iconic of this car. And
Was the kick-up angle any different?
Kick-up's the same.
Right.
So yeah, they were both 30 degrees.
Okay.
Don't know if you'll be able to see the angle there, but yep. So same sort of carbon, same chassis, top deck design.
Wow.
The arms are a lot more delicate, as in holes through them all, but they seem to have held up still, even with the
Wow.
3D printed version.
awesome 3D printed polycarbonate material.
And you can see it's not broken, but it's actually worn away,
worn
probably
away,
half
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
What do
So
you
it's
mean?
probably not going to.
Oh,
It's not going to break from you crashing. It's going to be from you
Just wearing it out or
driving it
Crashing on the
into
ground.
driving it over gutters and into the faces of jumps.
not jumping properly. Yep, exactly. So yeah, so this was my first sort of completed prototype. I had orange arms on it first for the prototype ones, and then I put these on, and I've been running those ever since.
bigger long arms, aren't they?
Yeah, so the hinge pins are mounted well inboard, front and rear.
Yep.
Which is very similar on the two cars, probably identical.
Yep. Fantastic, Cookie. Well, thank you for showing us. Thank you for bringing the Cookie car to the world. I think there's probably about 30 of them, 89s and 91s circulating
Just here.
in various forms here.
Yeah, maybe not quite that many, but
Yeah, I think
quite
there
a
will
few.
be tomorrow. There will be
Yeah.
like 20
Yeah,
or 30
they're all going to come
surely.
out, aren't
Yeah,
they?
there's lots of 89s around and a few 91s already. So yeah, it's amazing seeing
That's
them all on the track and
That's my favourite bit.
people
What?
enjoying
You're
it.
just touching it.
Waterloo, did you poke my servo?
No, I'm touching the carbon bit.
Oh, carbon.
No.
I really like how the
Don't
body.
accuse me of touching your servo because
I
I didn't.
like how the body
Carbon, go
post
for it.
comes off the steering Velcro.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
cool,
funky.
huh?
Yep. I guess that saves weight, I suppose. You don't
Yeah.
need an extra whole post.
And you're using it. And it's actually got an adjustable Ackerman. Which
Yeah,
is
Ackerman. And it's also got we're on the front
You
camera.
want on top?
Oh, go back to the top. Yep. So I've got all these alloy parts made for this kit.
Oh, it's
Yep.
covered up at the moment.
So we're
Bit higher. That's it. That's
Oh,
it.
there we go.
That's it.
What angle? There we go. That's
Yeah.
about it. So got spring like thumb nut. It's got like a sort of servo saver type mechanism.
Yep.
And a sort of alloy tube in the middle.
Oh, so they're custom made.
I've got them all custom made.
Okay.
As per what the original would have been. So
Yep.
it's like a truck design or a Yokomo design, and then later on the RC10T with a lot more smaller size and different shape.
Yeah, it was
Right.
really typical of a lot of manufacturers back then to
Yeah.
just copy Yokomo stuff,
Yeah.
basically.
I think you probably used the Yokomo stuff, given he was Masami.
Fantastic, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. Go hit the track. Go have
Yeah,
some
that's
fun.
cool.
Have a run. Yep.
No doubt we'll see you over the weekend.
We will.
And good luck when you head off to the Worlds.
Yes.
They're 12th scale
Look at
Worlds.
the 12th
Something a
scale.
little bit different.
Yeah, it's not far away, is
Slightly
it?
different to a buggy.
12th scale Worlds in America,
Yeah, with 2 weeks.
representing Australia.
Yes.
I'll try not to come last because there's a good chance.
Even if you do, doesn't matter.
Yeah, good fun. And
You
won't-
can
I
always
won't
just-
kill anyone.
No, you can always just DNF and then just blame the car.
Yeah,
that's
oh,
what most races
Yeah,
do
I was
anyway.
winning and it just broke. Yeah.
Take care, my man. Thank you for
Awesome.
your time.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thank
Andy. Alrighty. Catch up.
Ooh, what have we
Hey,
got?
Scotty. Scotty, come on. We're live at the
Oh.
moment.
Scotty.
Have a seat.
Who have we got here?
Scott Guyot.
Scott Guyot. Now, people might know you from RC Podcast,
Wave your long.
Such podcast as Action
Wave your
RC.
long.
Action RC.
The one.
And what brings you down to sunny Melbourne?
It's this little race called the Vintage Bash. I'm just here to hang out for the weekend, tell some stories.
Are you running?
No, I'm here to do a little bit of commentary and storytelling over the course of the weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Share us a little story that you might have. Give us a tidbit.
A tidbit.
Hey?
I did just see earlier in the pits Andy Cook, who you just had on the
Yes,
show,
yes, Andy.
standing next to Andrew Abbott.
Yes.
And I've not seen those two side by side at a racetrack for quite some time. They've gone head to head many times over the years.
Many times, predominantly on road, I would say.
Yeah, so looking forward to seeing them kind of go at it in the dirt, on the dirt, so to speak.
Yeah, that's funny because I don't remember Andrew Abbott in the off-road scene, but
Yeah.
definitely in the on-road scene. Andrew, because he's multi-Australian national champion.
Yeah.
He'd have to correct me on exactly how many times. But he was quite dominating through for about a 5-year period. He was really at the top of the timesheets everywhere he went.
Yeah, late 90s through into the kind of mid 2000s.
That's
He was
right.
really strong, won a couple of national championships, went head to head with people like Andy Cook,
Yeah.
Justin Begans, Darren Campbell, these kinds of people over that period when touring car was huge.
Yeah,
right?
and I've seen him out on track today, Andrew Abbott, and he's not leaving much on the table.
He came out and went 30.2 first lap on the racetrack.
That's pretty good,
Which is
isn't it?
right on the money. Yeah.
And it is a skill. I know muscle memory and that, and learning the track must take you a little bit of time, but the fundamental, I suppose, coordination and the tactile feel that these guys have at that level. I mean, I'm sure it's not what it was 20 years ago when he was well practiced, but once you get to a certain level, I think you hold on to it.
Yeah, it's the throttle control and
That's
that
right.
really smooth inputs on the steering. You can watch his car and just see that there's just so many years of experience.
But he's definitely not leaving much on the table. He's giving it heaps.
No, that's
Giving
right.
it heaps.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good to see.
The other one I'm really liking the look of is Scott Pettit, who's here driving the Mardave Cobra.
The Mardave Cobra.
So, yeah, not very common car in Australia. Came out of England in around about 94, 95, around that period.
Yeah, I was speaking to TFG on Tuesday about them actually, because that was one
Yeah.
of his pet projects as
Yeah.
well.
Beautiful. And Scotty's had a little run. It looks really good on the track, so good to
That's
see.
fantastic. All these different cars and all these different people come together in a non-competition competition.
It's really ironic, I think, that, on the same weekend we've got the Nationals in Perth, which is really serious, as it should be.
Yes,
There's a lot of people over there to win the national championship.
absolutely, and deserve it.
But here it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
We're here for a good time. We're here for some fun. There's some beautiful cars getting around.
Beautiful cars.
Cars you've not seen for years. And it's really going to be a fun weekend.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, Scotty Guy. Have fun, my friend.
It's going to be a big
That was
weekend,
awesome.
isn't it?
This gentleman here with the crutches, if you keep him waiting any longer, Beach,
Yes, sorry.
I'm going to
There you
lose
go.
my fragile little mind. Who have we got here?
I'm Knighton Baxter. Nice to meet you.
You are Knighton Baxter, commonly pops up on the live chat as Nids. So if you have been chatting, and probably Surian, I would say, I don't know if Surian's watching now, but Surian's usually on there pretty much arbitrary and commentating it while we're going. You and he would have had chats before, I'm sure. So what have you got here, my friend?
Okay, so this is my entry to the Bash this year.
Yes?
I have two different ones. I have a Blitzer Beetle that I've just finished.
Didn't the Panda build one of these?
I saw one of these get assembled in a hospital bed. I didn't see it painted.
Well, not quite in the hospital bed, although I got a broken toe. But
I feel the pain, don't worry.
yeah, so I put this one together especially for the Bash this year. After breaking a lot of my old classic cars last year, I didn't want to break any more old cars, so I thought I'll put together a special one just for this year. And yeah, here she is.
So you're a local Victorian?
I am. I'm just from a couple of suburbs up the road, so I'm an Eastern boy.
Yeah. And so do you still race, or did you used to race years ago?
My background is that my father was stationed over in Hong Kong back in the 80s, so I got into remote control car racing back then in the 80s. So my first car was a lunchbox. Then I got a big wig. So things were more affordable over in Hong Kong back in the 80s. And they were quite expensive over here. So that got me into the hobby. Maybe in my 14, 15 years old, and I'm sort of just picking it up again now in my 40s. So
That is fantastic, and so many people do. And I think a lot of the companies actually cater for that, and they cater for it very well. And to me, it sort of started it, I suppose, with the simple re-releases of the Grasshopper and the Hornet and the stuff like that, which seems like it's never actually gone out of production. Then they started going into more, I suppose, one-offs like the Avanti, the Aggress, the Top Force Evo. I mean, you could just rattle them all off. The Frog. But yeah, so that's really cool. So this one here, when did the original come out of the Blitzer Beetle?
I think it was the early 90s was the Blitzer Beetle. It was it was outside the top 100, I think, maybe, just.
was going to say it's probably right about the same time as the Top Force the Top Force 91, 92. Just when Stadium Truck, because it was actually based on Stadium Truck geometry. So that's really cool. And that was Tamiya's entry into Stadium Truck, not racing, but their Stadium Truck offering. So that's really cool. And that's an ABS body.
It is an ABS body. Yep.
What
And
paint
it
did you use?
It looks very.
So it's not a Tamiya. It's not a traditional hobby grade paint. It's actually an automotive paint.
Okay.
But it's a special color shift paint that I wanted to try to see if it would work, and
It's definitely worked.
I think it's come out quite well.
So you got a purple blue transition there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a chameleon, bit of a color shift. Yeah. So
Have you had it out on track yet?
this
It looks too clean.
Look, the tires haven't seen dirt yet, so I thought I'll bring it over before it gets dirty.
Well, no, don't let us hold you up. You should go out there and get it dirty. Right.
This is my 40 series comical. So I had this one running
Is
last
this
year.
OEM?
It is, but I think the paint. I've varied the paint from the original. I think slightly. It is a Tamiya, like a high gloss blue. But I also do a little bit of 3D printing as well. So
So all these bits.
Done
I've
some
put some
accessories.
bits and pieces and accessories on the.
So this is how it came with this wheels and tires and this body set.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. They later on brought out the track wheels for it as well.
Yep.
I thought I like the look of that and something a little.
Well,
bit different.
we'll be going head to head in the comicals, mate, and you'll be lucky to walk away with that esky attached. Tell you right now, once I fire up my little mate with his big pink helmet, you better look out.
That's right.
He's been on track today already. He's chomping at the bit to get out there. And he was caught in carnage, so it's really good. What-
This is the purple helmet.
That's right. That's right. He's over there. Look, he's looking all dodgy in the corner there. That is fantastic. Well,
That's beautiful.
thank you for taking the time out of your day. Go get that stadium blitz up dirty.
Yeah, put it on the track.
Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic.
Look
And
at
I
it.
look forward to chatting with you from next week's show.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
Thank you very much. That is awesome. Don't take his crutch away, mate.
There you go.
Jeez,
It's okay. I'm good. Thank
poor
you.
bloke.
No worries.
All good.
Made
Thanks
him
for
wait
coming
for
on.
10 minutes, Beach. Sure.
Enjoy the weekend.
What have we got, Beach? What people have been saying?
I haven't been saying much.
Who
I've been
else has
saying
come
much.
on? There was a 93 Worlds, 93 WCS Yokomo in the pits before. Did you
Yeah.
see it?
Yeah, I don't know whose it is.
It's Rob's.
Is
And he
it?
promised me he was going to come on.
Oh, he probably doesn't know.
Retro Rob. Well, we got Marlon out on track. Everybody, we tried to get all these people out on the show today, and they're too busy just trying to get some track time.
Well, there's someone coming up by now.
Nick Bruce, have you got 5 minutes?
Yeah, have a seat.
This is an impromptu. It wouldn't
Straight-
be a,
straight
wouldn't-
off the
wouldn't
driver's
be a-
seat.
wouldn't be a broken or damaged Schumacher, would it?
Not at all. Not at
That
all.
was conveniently popped back on.
Yes, just the usual ball cup.
Ball cup popping. Now, you are the president of Kilo Electric Off-Road Car Club.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for coming over to Knox. Must be nice to attend events at other clubs where you can just turn up and throw a car down.
We always travel everywhere we can.
Yeah.
Everywhere we can. Maybe share it around a bit.
And what are you running?
Just a re-release Cougar.
So this is a Cougar. This is a two-wheel drive.
Yep.
And this is what you're running today and tomorrow.
Yep.
Are you running four-wheel as well or stadium truck?
Yeah, four-wheel drive, pinching one of Matt Jenkins' cars.
The Top Force?
Yes.
Aha.
Did you run that last year? Oh, he ran that.
He ran it last year.
Ah.
He did quite well, didn't he, last year?
It's a bit of a beast.
Not bad for an old hack, isn't he?
That's it.
Factory Matty. Nah, that's really, really good.
So Cougar, what year is Cougar?
Bit noisy, isn't it?
Is it normal?
There's a belt drive car.
Oh, is it?
So it does feel a little bit funny, but it,
Yeah, no, I just put the Pro transmission
Oh,
in the other night.
So that's based on a four-wheel drive transmission. Is that? It looks like a four-wheel drive transmission.
Look, it's the
I think it uses like the four-wheel drive diff gear.
yeah,
Yes.
it's a fairly big gear.
Right,
And then, like,
because the side panels on it.
the belt that just runs up through it.
But it's a belt drive transmission. And that was a real trend back in the really early 90s, I suppose.
Yeah, so
A&L did a conversion.
yeah, they did a conversion. The Schumachers are pretty much always around their belts.
You've got 5 minutes, James, and you're required over here, mate.
And you can release me.
So what does vintage mean to you, Mick?
Oh, look, it's a bit bit like back when all kids running around.
When did you start racing?
Back in probably mid-'80s.
Mid-'80s? And then when did you stop, or when did you?
Stopped probably early 90s and went off racing full-size cars.
Yeah. And then you returned. How long have you been sort of returned racing?
Returned since about 2015.
How good's that? They're coming up to another 8 years.
And got sucked back in at the Keilor 30-year anniversary.
Yep. That is fantastic, mate. Are you going to pop the hood and give us a look under there, or what?
Before I rip it off if you want.
Let's have a look-see.
There's nothing flash under here.
Well, it's a vintage car.
There you go.
So it's got the pressed tin aluminium chassis.
Yep, the old pizza pan.
That's
Pizza
really
pan.
cool. We've got the Hobby Wing just stock speed in there, the 88 one,
Yep, just
which is pretty good. Because you would be a 21.5 motor in there.
Yep, 21.5. So it's a
It's got a slot machine, one of the new, one of the new
the old
raw
X-Factors.
approved. It's not one of the new raw unapproved slot machines.
I got stung with the old Monster Max as well.
Did you? Yeah.
Back when I
Well,
was running stock.
Yeah,
gotta be fast.
our close friend Jack Engel has been stung with what, 5 motors in the last 3 years.
Yeah, no, so I got done with the Monster Max probably about 4 or 5 years ago, a week before they got banned.
Yeah.
So,
Well, for those of you who don't know, the Trinity slot machine brushless motor that people have been racing for probably the past 18 months,
Yeah.
it's probably been out for, have just been found to be outside of the rule set. So have been
typical Trinity.
pretty much outlawed for the moment. But yeah, but anyway, that's just us toy car racers love a bit of controversy.
That's it.
Hey, really, does it affect anything?
Not really.
Not really. It doesn't make it. That's all right. That's all right.
Pretty clever concept, the press pan, isn't it?
Would have been cheap. Would have been stiff,
Look, it's,
and would have been light.
they were quite stiff until you
Buckled it.
they're pretty weak around just in
Oh,
front of
really?
the gearbox. Yeah, so
Okay.
that's where they used to bend a bit, but they'd be cheap enough to get another one.
Or
Or,
just go to the pizza shop.
or just shoot off to a Berserk and get a carbon one.
Yeah, well, I can see they've probably got. Yeah, there hasn't had any berserkage yet, has it?
Not yet, no.
This is full out of the box.
No, that's today's vintage. I wouldn't really play too much with it. Sort of, it's
It's just a bit of a palate cleanser, isn't it?
yeah, just a bit of carry out and a bit of fun.
That's cool. I love that.
Fantastic, Mick. Thanks for taking time out of your day.
Not a problem.
Go and have some fun. And thank you for bringing down the Hearns vintage sign. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Finally got it out of the.
got it out,
Out of the shed.
got it out of your hair and put it into ours. It's fantastic. Well, it's good that it's been used. Hopefully people get out there and get some selfies in front of it, or they even do the trophy presentation if there is such a thing in front of it.
Hit them up.
That's cool.
Fantastic, Michael Bruce.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you, mate.
Enjoy the
Good
weekend.
luck. Have a lovely weekend, mate. Keep up the good work.
All right, see ya.
Marlon Spencer, could you please report to the studio? Okay, you can leave the N gauge behind, mate. Bring over some of your toys. What have we got? What have the people been saying in the background, Beach?
They've been really quiet.
Have they?
They've been having a conversation amongst themselves.
Yes.
And just Scotty from the US is saying his local hobby store, Bigfoot Hobbies,
Yes.
has a lot of RC, but they do also cater for his likes as well.
That's fantastic.
He said there's probably not much chance of having much outdoor tracks because it's pretty wet there most of the year.
Is it?
Mm.
Yeah, well, it's Melbourne. It's pretty wet here most of the year too.
Well, we've been blessed.
It could be wet in half an hour. Like, you know what I mean? Melbourne wet is quite unpredictable at best. How you travelling out there, Panda? I hope you're doing better, mate. Wish you were here. What have we got? Marlon is getting some good. Look, he's bought some goodies.
He hasn't he?
I love
And he's
it.
got some really funky stuff. Come on, Marlon. Yeah, have a seat.
Have a seat.
Get comfy.
Now, you guys might know Marlon as the train guy,
That is right.
but you've relinquished that role and, in fact, moved on to greener or different pastures. Moved up to regional Victoria. Well, it's not even Victoria. You've moved interstate.
Just barely. Yeah,
The border town of Albury, Wodonga. Well, it's Albury.
that's it.
And that's fantastic. So you've come down to join us this weekend at the Vintage Bash 2.0.
That is right. I have.
And what are you racing this weekend, Marlon?
Well, I've got my two main entrants. So I'm doing the two-wheel drive class with the Silver Can 540. I've got a Kyosho Scorpion re-release.
Yep. So that will be run in the Jurassic class.
Oh, is that what the Jurassic class?
That's what they call a Jurassic class. So it's a silver can, old tub chassis, or
Yeah.
just old 80s RC car.
That's it. So yeah, I tried to keep it as sort of like correct to the period as possible. Got the regular tires that came with a kit on it, so it doesn't have modern tires. But
How have you got that black sticker on your motor? What does it say? Genuine Tamiya.
so it's
motor.
genuine to me. Probably can't see it on camera, but this actually is a silver can out of a Hornet kit.
Oh, I didn't realize because I've only seen the torque tune ones that come
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
on-road cars, which are
That's got a funky little
25
sticker on
turn.
it.
It does.
And then you get the sport tuned ones,
Yes.
which are the silver cans now with the black sticker, which are 23 turns.
Yep.
So I didn't realize that the standard ones actually had any stickers on them at all. I feel ripped off because my re-release Frog didn't have any sticker, or the Comicals.
You need to take it back to the shop.
They just had bare can. Oh,
You want to speak to Mr. Tamiya himself?
I do. Mr. Tamiya, if you're watching, more stickers. What else have you got? Come, get in close.
Yeah. Get into it.
So if you had a white
Yeah,
you can
get
see
into it,
yourself
get
up
into it.
there.
There you are.
Now the sun's come. It's probably really upset our cameras.
Yeah, it's a little bit overexposed at
Do
the
you need
moment.
to
That's
go
all
back?
right.
Do you need to go back there and underexpose it?
No, rather not, because I think the cloud's going to come back. Hopefully,
If we look on the overhead, are people going to be able to see what we're looking at?
maybe. Let's give it a go. It's going to be pretty bright.
Is it?
It's pretty bright.
Let's take the body off this.
The cloud's coming, so I think we're going to be good. the times when we want the cloud.
Hey, have a look at
Here
this.
we go. Here we go.
What car is this, Marlon?
So this is a Kyosho Optima re-release.
Optima. And this is the one that can be built with either a chain drive or a belt drive. Is that right?
That's right. To my knowledge, the original car came out in 1985, and it only came with a belt drive. That's with a chain drive. And with the re-release, you get both in the kit. You get the choice to stick with the original setup or the belt drive, which is what I went with because
It's more robust and
Yeah.
probably going to see out the day, isn't it?
it'll handle more power and it'll last a bit longer. Chain, to my understanding, will stretch, and then you have to remove links from it periodically. And you actually install the chain very early in the build process, so it's not like something that you can just change out
A real
really
serviceable
easily.
item.
Yeah, it's a fairly you're rebuilding the car if you're changing the drive system.
That's fantastic. And you've got the Orca 17.5 in here.
Yes, yeah, very
And
nice.
we've got the Hobby Wing Just Stock Speedy again, the 80 amp Speedy, which is really nice. We've got your Fly Sky receiver in there. That's really cool. And you've got 2.2 inch JC wheels.
That's right. Yeah, they're really nice wheels.
And the tires working well. You got holes in there now, which is nice.
I do. Yeah, I was going to say the way I would describe it is it's almost like telepathic how this thing drives. Like just the smallest input of the steering or the throttle, and it goes exactly where you want it to
I
go.
think four-wheel drive off-road cars are just such different animals to two-wheel drives.
Yeah, I would. From my experience, I'd say that's true as well. Different driving technique.
And you got to drive probably your first modern car today,
I did.
which is a rear-wheel drive, the RO 1.0 that you've seen. We had this out on the track. Marlon had a drive. What did you think of it?
I thought it handled really nice. Like
Yeah.
the suspension was really compliant. Little bit of understeer.
No match for the Hornet.
No, oh yeah, no match for the Hornet. No, nothing can beat the Hornet. You know,
That goes. Oh, I'm going to save.
Look out.
I keep this off the track just so I don't embarrass everybody else. You know, you got to keep it fair. So only every now and then. Well, if I want to show off, I bring this one out.
That is fantastic. Well, this is your Optima. We've got a car
I know.
that's gone off the
Did a
bench
somersault.
over
Oh,
here.
they-
Got somebody trying to ram through the studio. We had a drive-through. So let's talk about your Hornet, because that's something a bit special.
This
Yeah.
is the first kit that I've technically finished.
Yep.
I actually bought the Scorpion first, but I
Yep.
put a lot of time into painting it and detailing it. So it took a while to get this onto the track, so to speak.
I think that was actually in the Hearns studio when it was freshly done, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I think so.
Yeah, I bought an airbrush kit from Hearns.
Yeah.
And an airbrush. I've never done airbrushing before, and this Scorpion was the first airbrushing job I ever did. So I got polycarbonate paint for the polycarbonate parts. The hard tub, I used the correct type of paint for that. Because I really like the color shift. SMS.
And it looks really cool. It looks quite sympathetic to the period.
I think so. Yeah, like metal flake on fiberglass buggies was like a really big thing at that point.
And have a look at the patina over here. I love how it's sort of worn away, like sandblasted and stone chipped here, where it's kicking up stones and stuff
try and
onto
pick
the
that up.
painted area. through to the yellow tub.
You get a little bit upset, you know, when you get your first scratch, but ultimately, like the joy I get from these cars is from running them, and they will inevitably get wear. But then it tells a story, you know. It sort of shows that the car's had a history and it's been used and played with.
Yeah, that's what I say to people with vintage ones. You may as well like at least play with it till it breaks and then put it on the shelf and have a story, rather than just have it immaculate on the shelf, never having the joy of actually playing with it.
I agree. I understand people just appreciating the design and just wanting to admire it. There's nothing wrong with that. But I like to get them dirty. And
it is so much fun.
We can see you enjoy driving it. We saw you driving around before. You're loving it.
That's really cool.
But yeah, the Hornet. Would you like me to talk more about that?
Yeah.
Well, and especially about this little motor. You've taught me something today that I didn't even know existed.
So there's a racetrack in Japan called Pine Beach Raceway, and it's a small circuit, and they race primarily with 380 series motors.
380.
So this is the Sukiyaka tuned, and that translates roughly into healthy. So it's a healthy tuned 380 motor. So Pine Beach Raceway produced their own products. They're a small club and a small company, but this motor is tuned specifically for running on their track, where they actually run really good lap times with a 380 motor, even compared to like 17.5 turn cars. Just because,
really?
Yeah.
Just because they're smaller, lighter, probably more responsive.
Well, that's it. Yeah. And they make adapters, aluminium adapters to suit adapting that motor to a lot of different types of cars. So they make one for the Hornet, the Frog. It sort of is designed for the older cars, quite a few of the older cars, and then they make one for the DT02 and DT03. But that motor is it's really neat. The box is lovely. They put a lot of effort into the attention to detail, and I put it in the car and gave it a run today. Maybe you can see it. The overhead.
Yeah, we'll get BJ to drive that part of it.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Because he can do that. He's got 3 hands today, BJ.
But as you know, with the Hornet, because the motor and the gearbox are part of the unsprung weight, you know, it kind of shakes the rear end of the car around.
And can in fact snap the axles on your lunchbox.
Yes, it can do that, and it has done that.
Because the lunchbox has a similar rear gearbox housing. Well, it's identical.
I'm pretty sure it might even be an identical part.
Yeah.
I remember what happened with the last bash was that I cracked the lunchbox's gearbox housing because it landed on a jump on the wheelie bar.
Yeah.
It landed right on the wheelie bar and it cracked the gearbox housing. And we found literally in the garbage.
In the garbage you found parts, didn't you?
We found discarded Hornet parts with a lunchbox gearbox casing that was still broken, but less broken than what I had. And
so that was a Panda Man helping you there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, that was Will Panda Man doing that.
That's exactly right. He added some ballast in the form of a water bottle with some tape, and to stop it from wheeling down the track. And we got another few heats out of it, and yeah, it was great. So yeah, there's something really magical about these solid axle to me cars. They might not be a great race car, but they are really fun to drive.
May not be great engineering, or even let's have a look. It doesn't probably have really great geometry. Have a look at the front end there.
There's a lot of camber change.
Hey, there's a fair bit of camber change in that. Look, it's like it's clapping. It's almost like they're touching. Hey?
I've enjoyed being an obstacle for everybody.
That's all right. You get out there and have fun again.
Still gets around
it's
really well,
definitely
though.
a worthy adversary of the Hearns Racing Frog, mate. Fantastic. Thank you, Marlon. Great to see you. And yeah, let's have a great weekend.
I'm gonna go back out and drive.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Marlon.
Thank you, Marlon.
Good stuff.
Who have we got next? Yeah, it's really good to see Marlon in on the show, isn't it?
For sure.
I've got your body pins too, Marlon. He's in no man's land there. Here we go.
Come in.
Anthony
Let's see
Miller.
what you got.
Anthony Miller. Now,
Welcome,
most of
Anthony.
You might know Anthony because he's an avid watcher. Not that you want to tell your boss that, probably.
No,
I'm
Oh, what have we got there?
Oh,
Coffee Man.
coffee man. Defina knows how I like it. Dr. Defina brings the coffee. Love you, Aaron. What have we got here? Anthony Miller. So you are, in fact, from interstate.
Yep.
I want to say Queensland.
Yep.
And you have travelled down just for this race.
Yep. Yeah, I was down last year as well and down again this year. Had a great time last year. And, just really looking forward to it. Had to do a bit of
twisting and manoeuvring with my roster, and I
Yeah.
got out of a few days, and here I am.
And you are an avid seer, not only in Victoria, but up in your local track, which would be Chargers.
I'm a member of Chargers. I'm also a member of the Sunshine Coast as well, who are holding the 1/10 Nationals coming up in December.
Oh, fantastic.
But yeah, so mostly try to run at Chargers probably more.
Yep.
They've got a vintage track out there as well. So
Do you frequent the vintage track or the modern track?
probably the vintage, I think, more than anything.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's just a great bunch of guys at Chargers in the vintage world. And
We've actually got
so
the
much
president of Chargers, Jensen Spencer, with us as well, haven't
He
we?
is. Yes,
He's here.
he's around.
fun. Definitely here.
So we should try and get him on. So, Anthony, tell us what you've bought. What are you racing this weekend?
This weekend, I'm racing a few cars, as many as I can fit in my suitcase.
Yes,
So I'm racing a Top Force.
yes.
I'm racing a Blitzer Beetle.
A Blitzer Beetle. We just had one on.
We did.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Can't
did.
believe how common they are.
Yeah.
Oh, not how common, how popular they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, this is my two-wheel drive mod, which is Andrew Cook 89 RC10.
Oh,
There
so
you
this is
go.
another cookie car, but
Another
this,
cookie car.
this isn't the 91 that Andrew had on, or Ashley. This is the 89.
The 89
Yes.
car. Yeah. This is the first one he did, and it's just fantastic. It's very close getting to be my favourite car.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
And this body is quite reminiscent of, I suppose, some classic Japanese style house. So
Yeah.
tell us where the inspo come from.
Yeah. So I'm a big Tomato fan, and I love a lot of the bodies, a lot of the stuff that they do. So this is actually a copy of a June Watanabe Hornet
Yes.
they brought out.
They
a
did
long
that
time
very
ago.
well. I'm not sure what year it was. Maybe BJ would know, but they did this very limited run of this June Watanabe Hornet, and it had pink tires
Mm.
and it had a pre-painted body.
It did.
Is that right?
I
Oh, it just had the sticker kit.
and all the suspension was purple, a bit like this purple.
Yeah.
And the chassis was all purple. So,
I think that was only a Japanese
very
release.
Only a Japanese.
yeah,
release.
and they were limited numbered as well. They came with a certificate numbering. So
That is fantastic.
so
That is fantastic. So
yeah.
this is the 89 car. So
Yeah.
let's pop the hood and let's have a look under there.
So the
I'm
89
sure-
car is the one that won in Australia, right?
that's
Yes.
right. Yeah. So,
Oh, look, we've got some magic straight away.
so it's pretty.
You know what I think?
Standard.
All right, I'm going to try and do it on the top, but it's pretty bright at the moment, so it might get a bit of washout again. Let's have a look.
It's upset the camera. Look at this, another orchid totem.
Yeah. I've had great success with these. I love how small
No, I
they
think
are.
we're good. We're good.
And the programming box, it's been fantastic, and you can just put them anywhere. There's no capacitors hanging off it, and it just fits wherever you want to do it. You can solder them up really well.
Nice and easy to mount. You can use a switch, you can not use a switch, you
I
can
don't
run a
use
fan,
switches,
not run a
but if you
fan.
want to. Yeah, and I've never got it hot. I don't even. Well, it's only stock, so
So you got 21.5 turn motor in that.
21.5. Yep.
A little bit of a loose
Trendy.
screw from your front bulkhead too. I can see hanging out.
Oh yeah, look at that. Excellent.
That's
Yeah.
the second thing that we picked up today.
Is
on
that right?
People
Well,
Fan.
this is the pit stop, isn't
This,
it?
this is what happens when you're
Bit of
having fun.
scrutineering.
Yeah.
You got the sweet tri rib on the front.
Yep, try rib on the front. Yep, from Hearns, and it's just a fantastic car that's been reproduced.
And you've got
He's
one
done a
of
good job, hasn't
and
he?
you've got one of these awesome Trinity slot machines.
Yep.
Raw approved that are unapproved now.
Is that right?
That just happened in the last few days.
Yeah, it matters nothing to vintage whatsoever, but you've definitely
No, that's it.
Gonna
Yeah,
happen.
here they just don't really care. You turn up with a car, a motor, and a speed controller.
that doesn't matter what.
and run around and have fun.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, Andy's definitely done a good job, hasn't he?
Yeah. The time I do some 3D printing and a small bit of designing. When you look at what he's done, the time and expertise to do all this, it's just been fantastic. He's really skilled at it. So it's been great. Like I said, it's probably one of my favourite cars now.
That's really good. That's really good. Well, thank you very much for taking 5 minutes out of your day,
That's
Anthony.
no problem at all.
Thank you for representing Hearns and using our wonderful products.
Yep.
And for those of you watching the show, we'll probably chat to you in the studio next week.
Yeah, I'll see if I'm working or not.
Yeah, all
Good
right,
luck.
cool.
Have a lovely weekend.
Yeah, enjoy it. It's a festival of vintage, isn't it?
Have
Vintage
fun,
bash.
Andy.
That's really cool.
Well, I think we've barely even touched
That's
the
all right. You
sides.
spare, were you?
I think we've barely even touched the sides as far as cool cars to have
Such
on
a size
camera.
here. I could do with some more sausages.
They were good, weren't they?
They were pretty good. Are they going to start the barbecue again?
No, I don't think so. I think it's only once a day, mate.
Is it? Isn't it second lunch?
It's called lunch.
When's early dinner?
No, we're good. We're looking forward to some BJ trackside treats. Talking about trackside treats. Come over
What an
here.
Aaron. Come on, Aaron.
Come over here. Come
Take a
jump in.
seat. Take a seat.
Now, you were on the live earlier, but you've been running around like a headless chook today.
Yep, I have, and I had to go back home and do some more work stuff as well. So it's all been fun.
Yeah, when work gets in the way of having a good time,
When work gets in the way of having RC time, it's a bit scary. But
it's a little bit different for me these days. But
it was work, and it was also then Dad had to take Dad for some medical stuff. So it was a bit.
I'm sorry to hear, my friend. Sorry to hear, but your car is ready for you at will.
No, that's your car.
You just push the button, turn the transmitter on, and go, mate.
That's your
and
car.
go.
That's your
So,
car.
Mr. Defina.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very fitting.
Now, I did some studio work on this car this week,
I know you've made it look better than it ever was.
and we did a little bit of building. I didn't really do any fixing. I just did some stripping, and I
Bearing
did a small bearing replacement. We hadn't mentioned that. We never brought it up.
we never mentioned that, do we? Oh,
Have a look at that. Look, it's got a diff rebuild.
it's beautiful. It's like you look at this. This has never been this good, Brett. It's never been this
Well,
good.
it's only just did a quick bit of a lube change. The car's like brand new. I couldn't actually, but it's not. It might be a 30-year-old car, but I think it's done very little as far as race day.
It's done a little work, not much, but it's done a
We
little
can
bit of
take
work.
the opportunity now.
Yep.
My cameraman's gone.
Can him in.
Yeah, 5 minutes. You're not getting anywhere.
What's that?
He keeps
Mr.
running away. He keeps going and keeps running away, pretending to go in the driver's stand.
That's right, isn't it?
Where's my technical?
The technical assistant.
I've lost my BJ.
Oh, hello. Yes. Sorry, I'm back.
Can we have a bit of top on action?
Top action.
Okay.
Now, the car was beautifully presented,
Looking better than
but it's done about, it's had the same battery, but it's probably done about 20, 25 laps.
Yeah, that's lovely.
But it's got some beautiful,
Yeah, some Hearns racing batteries in there, which is
It's
pretty
been
cool.
enhanced.
It's been enhanced. It's got the up specs, hasn't it? Look at the colours, mate. We should have got a new body and given it a paint job with that teal.
no. The only thing that I'm really lacking, and I'm hoping that we can fix it up tomorrow, is I want some dished wheels.
Yeah, no, I've got the dish wheels
You
at
know,
home. I've got the
It does
dish
have.
wheels
I
at
know
home.
that these were on later model losses.
No,
This is
well,
OEM.
These were OEM, but these were on the CR type cars
And
all the
triple
later
X's
models
as
and
well.
the triple X's. But you need the dish,
The
original
polycarbonate
discs. Yep.
ones with the.
Sorry, Beach.
But
No, that's all right. I've got.
I'm beating up the technical assistant.
I've got a spare.
Well, I've gone ahead and
turned it all on.
Oh, did you mean to do that?
No, I didn't. So
Okay.
I was just trying to whiz it over. So we've got a fan over there on top of the motor, which is cool.
This one.
It's double-sided in. It's got a nice little duck, which is just hanging in for dear life. Hey,
So for dear life, yeah,
we've got the speedy fan here, so nothing's going to get hot.
No, well, you've got to put the fan down low so it fits under the body shells. 'Cause back in the day, remember, we never ran fans on speedies and motors. We never had to.
No,
Is that Shugu in?
It is
there's a
indeed.
bit of sugar, and I didn't
The
actually.
Chris Marshall Memorial Shugu.
Is it?
Yeah. He used to Shugu everything onto his cars.
Yeah, well, once it's sugar, it's in.
Well, it
It's
doesn't
done.
come. It doesn't come off when you have
No.
a stack, and I used to be pretty harsh, and you barrel roll them a bit. You don't want the fans and stuff coming off, so you just sort of go, yeah, we'll just glue everything down.
So this is a Team Lossy Double X. And it's not the Double X like I used to race. This is probably a later model, a CR or Kinboard or something. Lewis was saying something I didn't really understand.
It's a CR, this one, so it's got the CR parts on it. So,
So
it's
this would be what, 95, 96?
yes, somewhere
Well, what are
around
CR parts?
the blue anodized motor plate
Right.
and
Different geometry somewhere?
different geometry. These
Oh.
on the original Double X. Oh, sorry.
It wasn't
these,
removable.
these things were one piece, whereas you could
Oh,
take
yeah,
that
yeah.
off with the
Yeah, come on.
CRs and then swap it so you can get different toe in at the back and different anti-squat.
Thank you very much.
Oi.
Oh, you heard I was hungry.
Happy
Thank you.
Halloween.
So that was that, and then
You can give me lollies anytime.
Oh,
and the front shock tower is different to the standard Double X one.
Yeah, and I see you've had the Dremel or you've had your favourite
Yeah,
nail file
yeah,
on the
you
rear
got,
one.
no, you got a. That was the old factory
Streamline.
go fast thing. You never used the outer holes on the shock tower,
So
so
you
you
got
took
rid of
them
them.
off. Got
right
rid of them.
here.
Yeah,
You gave it a trim.
yeah, trim them down.
That's like a trim mustache, isn't it?
It is. It's like a loose mustache for the front of the blooming.
So it's lost like this much, has it?
Yeah, so it's lost a couple of holes.
Is that? Oh, okay.
So it used to have 4 holes
It's
going out.
aerodynamic.
Yeah. No, it was just so it didn't hook up and crack when you barreled it down the straights.
Yeah, no, it's very cool, very cool. So Aaron's, like I said, he's loaned us a car for the weekend, which has been fantastic. Been out there on track, And not only that, but you are one of the fundamental drivers of Vintage Bash and putting it all together.
I wouldn't say that. I'd probably say I'm one of the conspirators who drops an idea and then runs like hell and makes everyone else do it. So no, first year it was Lou and I were talking about it, and then Tony Gray came on and just took it and
made it happen.
And made it happen because of just the experience Tony's got. And then this year Tony stepped back because he had a couple of other things on, and Lou and Cookie and Scotty Giles have picked up the can and kept running. As you know, we've all done what we can, but Lou's been the real dynamo this year and done everything that needed to be
And the
done.
Knox Club themselves.
And I was going to say, and then you've had the Knox Club come on board and really just, you look at the track and look at the changes and you're going, you just can't ask for anything better than a proper vintage track with a proper vintage surface with vintage cars barreling around.
That is fantastic. Well, thank you for taking the time out of your day to come and see us. Thank you for the coffee. It always goes much loved and appreciated.
But I forgot to get one for BJ. I'm sorry, BJ.
That's all right.
I came in with 6 and they all just disappeared.
Yeah, you're going to come on. You're going to come on, Jack. Thanks, Aaron.
I didn't think we were going to see it. Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron. I didn't think I was going to see it today, mate. My heart really went out.
Is that
to
your
you,
beastly car out here?
Yeah.
Bring it over. Just when you think that we're running out of things, and Jack, I'm throwing body pins around. Jack Engel.
Yes.
How are you, my friend?
Yeah. Had better days, but yeah.
You're here, nonetheless.
I'm here, but I made it here. Yeah. So all good. Yeah.
Big weekend ahead.
Big weekend. Yeah. It's going to be great.
Must be nice. Like I said to Mick Bruce was just on before. Must be nice just to turn up at another club and not have to kill the weeds, mow the lawns, do the timing.
Yeah. Oh, it's always good. Yeah. Just to come and just
turn
enjoy
up
it.
and just let your hair down. And you do love your vintage stuff.
Yes.
Don't you?
Yeah. A great place called Hearns. Finally sold me
Hooked
this.
you up.
Yeah, hooked me up.
So this is the
more
beast.
stuff to hook you up with as well for this year.
Yeah. Look,
The
we got
JJ's
questions.
gone.
I'm really considering that.
The BBX, we can make that happen for next year's, man. That's not a problem. The JJs that I tried to sell you, that's gone.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Nah, that's okay.
Oh, that was Teddy Gray, wasn't it?
He grabbed one. He did grab one. Yes. I saw you pop up there. And Slavin, a good guy from South Australia, an avid Yokomo collector. He's an ex-Victorian. He actually grabbed the last JJ that we had. But yeah, so tell us about your Optima. And these shocks are overfull.
Yeah, I think they are a bit, aren't they? Yeah, well, I've been playing around with them, like just trying to get them right, and still got a bit more work to do.
These go really well.
Yeah, no, it actually today it drove the best it has so far, so there's still a bit more work there.
And you're a purist. You've got the same size front and rear.
Yes, yeah. Well, I ran with the 4-wheel drive fronts, but it just didn't look right.
Didn't do it for you.
Yeah, I like these rims too. So
I suppose I'm just so used to seeing them with the skinnier front, but these Optima, they actually came like that, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. The wheels were all the same, the front and the rear. So
a
I
bit
thought I'd stay
of a
with
trend
it.
in the early to mid 90s where they cut the fronts down a little bit, made it a little bit narrow, and that stuck through.
Yeah.
So you don't use the gear cover? Is that to save weight?
Yeah, and also because it doesn't fit. For some reason, like I said, the way they designed this chassis and the shock towers, it won't actually fit on.
Oh, really? So it interferes?
Yeah, it hits the shock. Yeah, unfortunately. So, so be it.
You're going to miss out on drag racing this weekend too.
Yes, it's actually
around the corner. You can duck in between the two.
I tossed up bringing a drag car as well, So I just did some work on it. I need to test it out, but this weekend vintage. So
fantastic, Jack. Well, thank you for taking the effort to come. I know it has been a little bit difficult for you the past 24 hours. I hope that improves, and I hope you get to stay and have a nice, relaxing weekend.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Jack.
Good to
Best
see
of
you.
Wishes, mate.
Thanks for coming out.
That is fantastic. Thanks, mate. Thanks for sticking your head in.
No worries, mate.
Catch you, Jack.
Well, that is fantastic, Beej. I think we should lock this one up.
What do you mean?
The show.
Oh, sorry.
We're on camera. You keep going off and chatting to people. I think you forget that the camera's rolling.
I do. But it's a festival. It's happening. There's people everywhere. They're coming
Marlon's
around.
just come back off the stand.
He's
in one
enjoying
piece?
it.
No, it's got a big smile.
Everything's on piece.
Here he comes.
I'm doing a tire change.
Tire change.
I feel like it's a bit squirrely.
Bit
I want
squirrely.
to see if
It's got the OEM rubber on there,
that's it.
so
They're very soft.
Yeah, they're
Possibly
good.
Even too soft. So I'm gonna try the harder foam tires and see if that's any different.
fantastic.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
just some of the action that's happening at Vintage Bash 2.0. here at Knox.
Look at
we
this.
can
Oh,
stand back.
upside down.
Mate, BJ's going to have to do some marshalling. I'm sort of walking out of camera, but Aaron's double XL splayed everywhere. So this is a Vintage Bash 2.0. Thank you, everybody, for joining us
Yes,
today.
thank you.
It has been episode 180. This is going to be our final on-site show this year.
Is it?
I know we make it look
Oh,
easy.
it is.
We make it look easy, don't we?
Do we?
I hope so. We've got the sun, we've got the shade overhead now, which is really nice.
Yes.
So hopefully the picture's nice. Hopefully the audio has been good.
I hope so too.
Thank you guys for watching and joining in. It's been an absolute pleasure. Stay all over our socials over the weekend.
That's right. So remember that today is Friday, which means
Practice.
That's
Open
right.
practice.
So it looks big. It's because it is big. There's lots of people here, but it's going to get even bigger over the weekend. So the next 2 days, if you're in the area, please come down. So this is Vintage Bash number 2. It's at Knox, which is this Carrington Park?
Yep.
Which is in Scoresby.
Yep, Scoresby.
Come on
on
down.
over, have some fun. And if you see us, come say hi.
That's right.
All right, guys.
All right, thank you very much.
I'm Brett from Hearns, and that's BJ. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
My first RC car.